Have you ever realized that you were thinking away or feeling away, and then you had to remind yourself of who you were? So, the last 2 years have been a lot, right? My husband was overseas, and I have 4 boys at home, and of course, our lovely grandmother and pup Ella. I stretched the heck out of myself these last 2 years. Started a podcast, started my consulting business, started presenting, got yoga teacher training, worked full time, just a lot of things. And because although lots of things went right, some things went very wrong. There were ups and downs. And at the end of this year, especially in particular April and May, I was so burnt out. Just burnt out from just keeping the light burning on both ends. And so thinking about what I wanted to do in the fall, going back to work full time, what, learning program, if any, I'm going to do, all that type of stuff, how I want to support, my own mental health as well as my peers and keep advocating for mental health and self-awareness and things like that. I was freaking myself out. How can I do this stuff? Am I gonna fall and fail? Am I gonna, burn out again? Am I okay? All this stuff, right? So then I got my journal and I was like, let me write down what's the real, right? Let me just write down whatever. And so I titled it Things I've Been Allowing to Punk Me. And I was just going to write off the things that I'm afraid of and they keep going on in my mind. And so I put down fear. And then I was like, well, let me write down what I did do this year, right? So last year, in the last 2 years, right, in the last 24 months, I earned a 200-hour teacher yoga training. I started a podcast that's had over 300 downloads. I haven't even checked it currently. I launched a course and sold one. I proposed to tons of conferences and was accepted at Rutgers and Temple and the AIE, Huge Teacher Conference, at the Teacher Self-Care Conference, at my own school district, Prince William County, over 4 times. Have in my own county, right? I grew my Instagram followers from 0 to 230. I applied and was accepted to a doctoral program, aced those 2 classes, went to therapy for myself, went to therapy with my son, went to therapy as a family, right? Went to 97% of my 2 older boys, their basketball games. Went to 100% of my 2 younger boys, their football and basketball games. I got braces. I created a brunch series for teachers and people showed up and it was awesome. I developed my own personal meditation practice. It's gotten super strong. I reached out to family for help when I needed it. I reached out to friends for help. I got to travel solo. We bought a house and me and my boys moved into the house. I had a hard conversation with the boss. I connected with people at work. Just put myself out there. I developed and created a family yoga series. I talked with teens in my county about depression, anxiety, and suicide. I talked with my own doctor about my anxiety. Talked with my father honestly about my feelings. My mom honestly about my feelings. My stepdad about a situation. I boogie boarded in huge waves. I spoke with my husband honestly. I partied on a boat. I got some dope nails. I started a YouTube channel. I changed up my wardrobe to better reflect my hippie aesthetic. I've tried no less than 4 different braid styles and I rocked it because I look really nice in braids. I've bought a full wig and a half wig and clip-ins. I've just really pushed myself and I realized I have not given myself credit for that. And I've been afraid that if I go ahead and stretch out and continue to dream and hone in on some of these things that I've begun, that I will fall flat on my face. And when I think back, honestly, this past year, I didn't fall flat on my face. I got tired and I got burned out, but I didn't fall down. And so I guess I say all this to say, if you're not gassed up, you might have to gas your own self up, sis. You probably got to gas your own self up Because if we sit here and listen to ourselves and our perceptions of what we can do and what we've done, we'll sit here feeling like a failure for needing a break or needing help or needing a breather or needing anxiety meds or needing a hug or needing to have sex. That's crazy. You're doing it, I'm doing it, and we're doing the best that we can, and there's still so much more work to do. So let's get to it, right?